It's the then versus now challenge! 3!
Welcome back, fans. It's race 7 of Group 2, and we're going to be answering a big question that has diecast racing fans talking.
Slow down, Al. They're gonna have to stay until the end of this race for their answers. For now, we have some racers to introduce.
You mean reintroduce? Because these racers earned their spot in today's race by competing all the way back in qualifying race 8. That's right, we're talking about the car that is arguably the world's best-selling hot hatch, the Volkswagen Golf. And what's really great is both racers are from Team Now, my team, meaning there's no racers from Team Then, Barry's team.
I'm not worried. You got lucky. Once. Don't get used to it.
Anyway, coming back for Team Now, it's this 2006 Golf Mark V, driven by Zach Taylor from his hometown of Phoenix, Arizona.
And finally, also returning for Team Now, it's the 2012 Golf Mark VII, driven by Stephen Bennett, all the way from his hometown of Bamako, Mali. Here we are at the guillotine gate for Heat 1.
And just look how good those two Team Now logos look on the screen. Stephen Bennett drew lane 1 to start things off, and one lane over to his right is his teammate, Zach Taylor, in lane 2.
While we were busy with the reintroductions, the safety crew was busy clearing the track. So let's wish both racers good luck and get to that countdown.
3, 2, 1, go!
They're on each other like glue.
Bennett falls behind.
Huge jump. 2 spinning tops across the line.
Let's break it all down in the replay.
See? This is what I'm talking about, Barry. This is what you get when you have 2 members of Team Now on the track. This is what real, professional diecast racing looks like. It's all about sportsmanship. No grudges, no prima donna attitudes full of big, out-of-control egos, and still plenty of excitement to keep the fans entertained. I mean, just look at the size of those jumps in Clunker Canyon. Heck, even though he's in second place, Stephen Bennett still takes the jump in reverse to give the fans a show. And that show continues as they drift and spin across the line. Wow! What a display of driving. It's just 2 teammates having fun out there. Yes, sir, Barry. I'm calling it now. This race is gonna be smooth sailing with a capital smooth. And speaking of sailing, these 2 just sail their way onto the scorecard, with Zach Taylor getting his first win.
Back at the guillotine gate for Heat 2.
And in another true display of sportsmanship, Stephen Bennett has given the pole position to his teammate Zach Taylor. And since this race is all about Team Now, in another display of sportsmanship, I'm gonna let you hit the countdown button, Barry.
Keep up this fake humility and the countdown button won't be the only thing that gets hit around here.
Why, Barry? How unsportsmanlike.
Not if the sport in question is boxing.
3, 2, 1, go!
Teamwork.
Bennett flips on the turn. Bennett on his roof. Bennett upside down and across the line.
And Zach Taylor is right behind him. Teamwork. Again, Barry, this is what I'm talking about. More sportsman-like teamwork. They stayed nice and tight coming down Nevada. Then, Zach Taylor gets a little loose in the bottleneck, and Stephen Bennett helps straighten him out.
Is that what's happening? It looks to me that Zach Taylor was trying to block and get his second win and put Stephen Bennett away right now in this heat.
No, Barry, what did I say before? Smooth sailing, with a capital smooth. This is about pure, gentlemanly-like racing. Incident-free. I mean, look at this. When Stephen Bennett accidentally flips his car in Carmine Corner, Zach Taylor instantly hits the emergency brake to force a spin and avoid hitting his teammate. And even though he's now in reverse, Zach Taylor does his best to avoid hitting Stephen Bennett as he slides down Clunker Canyon. And the camaraderie carries on into the boulevard because Zach Taylor hits that e-brake for a second time, allowing his teammate to cross the line first.
Maybe, but it seems suspicious to me.
No way, Barry. It's all about teamwork. And Zach Taylor just showed when it comes to teamwork, sharing is caring, because he graciously let Stephen Bennett put an upside-down win on the scorecard. Back at the Guillotine Gate for the final heat.
Well, they can't both move on to the next round, so this might be where all the sunshine and lollipops teamwork comes to an end.
Why you gotta be like that, Barry? Relax. I told you, smooth sailing.
3, 2, 1, go!
Here they go!
Bennett flips! Zach makes the pass! Zach into the clunkers! Bennett is nowhere! Zach full speed in reverse!
Oh my goodness!
Incident free! Smooth sailing! With a capital smooth!
I have no idea what just happened, Barry.
The scrapyard happened, Al. And the one thing you can always guarantee here is nothing is ever smooth sailing. With a capital or lowercase smooth. For example, look how Stephen Bennett misjudges the ramp into the bottleneck and instantly flips over. And remembering that this is a competitive race and not an exposition of teamwork, Zach Taylor seizes the opportunity to pass and gives that 2006 Mark V everything it has, which causes him to get some massive height off the jump in Clunker Canyon. So high, in fact, he has to use some of the clunkers to keep himself from going off the track. And by now the thirst for winning has obviously consumed him, because even though he's all alone, he actually accelerates more coming down the boulevard, which, as we can clearly see, has some explosive results. Leading me to the question, what could have caused such a big boom? Could someone from Team Now have a contraband bottle of nitrous under their hood?
No way, Barry. Team Now does not cheat.
That was a pretty big boom, don't you think? I'm sure you wouldn't mind if the officials had a look under whatever is left of his hood.
Barry, I'm sure the only thing the fans want to look at is this scorecard. With his explosive win, Zach just won today's race. And I'm sure his Team Now teammate, Stephen Bennett, will be happily cheering him on from the Team Now clubhouse.
Unless he cheated.
No one cheated. Smooth sailing, smooth. Sportsmanship. And no big egos. Anyway, Zach Taylor moves on and has just secured the last spot in quarterfinal race 1 for Group 2. And now, for the part everyone has been waiting for, the answer to the big question that has had diecast racing fans talking for months. What's the deal with the 3 question marks on the brackets of Group 1 and Group 2? Well, when we were putting this tournament together, we ended up with an uneven amount of racers. But luckily, 2 members of Team Now both said their cars were so fast that they could take on 2 members of Team Then at the same time.
It's, quote, all about sportsmanship, unquote, and quote, no big egos, unquote.
Hey, they're just confident, that's all.
Especially if they have illegal bottles of nitrous under their hoods. Ha!
Nobody is cheating. Anyway, we thought those races were going to be extra fun, so we saved them to close out round 1 for both groups. And as an extra special bonus, we're going to announce the racers to Group 1, Race 8, right now. And that race is going to be all about the coupe utility vehicles. Up first is Jack Taylor in the 2008 Holden VEU SSV. Wow, that must take up 2 lines of print on his registration card.
And he'll be facing Team Then's Gary Campbell in his classic 1960 Chevrolet El Camino. And Mr. Taylor's big ego will also be facing Rolando Alvarez in the 1980 El Camino SS.
That is one race you're definitely not gonna wanna miss. But we're not giving it all away. The racers for Race 8 Group 2 are gonna be a secret, so you'll have to tune into that one to find out who they are. But in the meanwhile, be sure to check out our playlist to catch up on all our other tournaments and events. And if that's still not enough Scrapyard Diecast Racing action for you, go check out our Shorts channel and subscribe.
It's the Then versus Now challenge. 3,